Hey everybody. Hey everyone. I've decided to do a quick late night live because I wanted to talk about some things that I saw on last weekend's episode. So I want to talk about Kimmy and Maurice's entire relationship. Like, that scene that they produced was very cringe for so many reasons. And then I also have a special guest here again today, but this time he not going to fall asleep. He going to be able to actually talk because we going to jump straight into it because it's already like 10 o'clock at night. So let me see. Everybody, let me see. It's only 22 people in here. Okay, that's okay now. Let me see. Hold on. Let me make sure I have my tags and everything. Do y'all see my thumbnail? If y'all in here, say something. Y'all in the bushes tonight. Let me see. Hold on. Let me get my tags situated. Yes, everybody hit like. Oh, another thing. Hold on. Okay, y'all, what's up? So hold on, let me get my camera on here. Everybody hit like. Hey everybody. You don't have to worry about that. Just do that. Okay. But yes, that is correct. Hey everyone, come on in, hit like. I want to see how many people I can get up in here. Let me see. In the next, I'll give it 5 more minutes, I guess. So, hey, Essie, thank you. Kimmy got exactly what she wanted. Oh, wait. Kimmy got exactly what she wanted. Her karma is Maurice. I believe that to be true. Hi, how are you? Scorpio, aka. Okay, yes, you see the thumbnail. Hi. Thank you for joining. Thank you. You see the thumbnail. Okay, everybody like. Okay. So this is going to be more of an intimate live. That's cool. And you know what? I actually thought when I first went live that I would have only like, like 30 something people in the live. But hold on, because I have to pull it up on my phone. I gotta make sure I have everything pulled up on my phone. I don't know why I'm not showing up on my end. Like, I literally hate when it does that. Okay, let me see what y'all talk. Maurice act like he still have a thing for Kiowa. Yeah, he does act like that, in my opinion. Hi, y'all. We're going to do a late live tonight because I really want to talk about this whole scene that Kimmy had with Maurice. It was so cringe. Hold on. I'm trying to figure out how to pull up the actual clip because I had seen it on... Wait, what is this? Oh, yeah. Y'all, hold on. I'm pulling it up right now. Go ahead and like the video if y'all haven't already liked it. Oh my gosh. I'm gonna just play it from my phone. I'm gonna just play the sound from my phone. Hey y'all. Good evening. Hi. Okay. I'm pulling it up. 7 o'clock on the dot. I'm in the heat. Yeah. I got a real sexy thing. Did y'all like the last episode that just aired? I thought it was a good episode. Y'all let me know if y'all like the episode. Okay, so we are about to talk about the scene with Kimmy. I do want to make this quick, but a few things really kind of aggravated me. Like, I don't understand Maurice's concept as far as wanting Kimmy to do more than what it is that she does. Like, in my opinion, Kimmy doesn't need to overstep her boundaries as far as discipline. I agree with Kimmy thinking that, because at first I thought that it was Kimmy wanting to be more hands-on. I actually agree with Kimmy wanting Maurice to step up and be more active in the boy's life. Not saying that he isn't active, but it seems like he's only active when things are good. When it's time for him to actually discipline Monster, it seems like that's what the issue is. And I agree with Kimmy 100% as far as Maurice needing to step in. And it aggravated me so much. I was watching the clip and I was just so aggravated. And I'm telling my man, I'm like, listen to this. Does this even make sense? Because I'm like, it's no way what he's saying makes sense. I just feel like he's intentionally misinterpreting what Kimmy is saying. And I just think like it's embarrassing to watch. Kimmy is too old to be getting played the way she getting played. So let's go ahead and get into the clip. Let me make sure. How many likes do we have, babe? See how many likes we have. And then we're going to get into it because it's 44 people in the chat. So we should have at least 40 likes. I should only have at least 4 haters in the building. Baby, you're going to have to refresh your thing. So like this. And then
30 likes.
All right, we have 30 likes. I need like 10 more likes, you all. Like, come on now. Boom me up. So, okay, so you like the episode. You think the last week's you thought last week episode was better. What about last week episode did you think was better? But I do agree. Last week episode was good. We got to see a little bit more. I don't know. I don't really like last week episode. I'm not gonna lie. I had to remember which episode you were talking about, because if you don't, last week episode, was that the spa? What else happened in that episode? That wasn't when Mel was sitting down talking to Nell, was it? When Mel was sitting down talking to Nell, and when Walkie Talkie sat down and talked to Nell, was that last week episode? If that was last week episode, then yeah, that episode was good. But if it was the spa day and what Tisha, them, I don't know. See, that's what I'm saying. I don't think it was good. I can't even remember it. So you like it. Hi, LaDun. Yes. Hey, everyone in the chat. Thanks for joining. It says Kimmy moved that grown man off somebody's couch in her house, and he moved his son, who has no respect for them, so he won't have to pay child support. Yeah, I agree. So I don't know. I mean, I'ma just go based on Monster vaping in the bathroom. So I'ma just go based on that. What, kind of where he is right now in his teen years. And boys in the teen years, I would not want to deal with. The same. It was a little better. No, it was, this week was better than last week. Okay. The week before. Okay, so that was the week before. I expect what Maurice is doing. And I'm not surprised because he is a Scot, but I am truly disappointed in Kimmy. I'm very disappointed in Kimmy as well. I was saying this week episode was better than last week. Oh, yes. This week episode was way better than last week. You're absolutely right. Okay, so let's go ahead and get into it. Wait, last week episode was a spa day, and then that was when Mel had the meeting with her team, right? With that being said, I don't know. Y'all let me know. Am I right? That was what last week episode was? Because I'm ready to talk about this one scene with Kimmy, because Kimmy is just so embarrassing. So I'm letting y'all know that I'm on Instagram right now. I got this clip from OMFG Reality TV. You can also go to Peach Report Daily if y'all want to get long clips of what happened. If you don't want to watch the full episode, but you kind of want a glimpse of what's going on, y'all can watch those on Instagram. Those are the places that I go to get the pictures and get the little sound bites for the videos that I use. So, and a lot of times they be having different parts of each episode. So it's good to watch both of them. So you can kind of, if you don't watch this show, so you can kind of see which parts you probably missed or whatever. You can get as much of it as you can. So let's go ahead and get into it. Everybody say we have a special guest, but for real, this time he is going to be able to talk. Y'all can call him Tech Guy, okay? But I feel like we need a men's perspective on this, because a lot of people like to say it's women just be doing too much, women just don't understand or get it from a man's perspective. But I just feel like Maurice is outright playing her, period. I think he running circles around her. He gaslighting her. He's manipulating her. Nothing about what he's saying makes sense. Yeah. Okay, y'all call my moderator Tech Guy, okay? I don't think he like y'all calling him Raphael. Let me see. Okay, so let me see where we at real quick in the comments before I go ahead and play the video. It says, yep, plus she is not kept in the loop of what's really happening with Monster. She should feel dumb playing mom. Exactly. She should feel dumb. I feel like on top of that, he never really, you're right, he never kept her in a loop. So you mean to tell me you never kept me in a loop? I was never even a part of the conversation when it came to considering him, or I was never a part of the conversation when it came to just what they had going on with Monster. But now all of a sudden you want me to just, have all this authority over him and do all of this when it comes to disciplining him. I just think Maurice is lazy. That is not a woman's job. A woman cannot raise a young man. That's just my opinion. Obviously women raise their sons because they have to. They love them. But at the end of the day, a man needs to be able to raise their son. In my opinion, that is what makes them better. Or even if it don't make them better, a man needs to be held accountable by another man. Like a young man needs to be held accountable by a man. A woman holding a young man accountable is different, because we aren't going to hold young men accountable the way a man would hold a young man accountable. But that's just my opinion. So yeah, meeting with the team, not spa day. Okay. All right. The tea party made the episode for me. Right. Yeah, tech husband. Our episodes have been a little boring. Okay, I feel you. I get it. Tech guy. Baby, how many times you gonna change your name? Hey, tech guy. Okay. Yeah, babe. Change it to whatever. I don't care. Do whatever you want. All right, let's get into it. Let me go ahead and play this video. So y'all got it. Tech husband, tech guy. There you go. All right. Here we go. And y'all let me know if y'all can hear it when I play it. I'm going to turn down the music a little bit. Okay.
Surprised that you came at all.
Hold on, this Tiffany.
I'm surprised. You just tell him to do the room and then he just doesn't do it. Precisely. If you tell him to do something and then he just openly defies you, and you just take it. That's what you think I do? I'm just saying. It's like you're giving me a hard time about enforcing the rules with Monster.
Oh, wait. You know what? Hold on, y'all. Hold on. Let me go to... I'm sorry, y'all. Hold on. Let me go to Peach Report Daily to see if I can get more of that first.
I hear you. It shouldn't be.
Oh, no. Okay. They got it to when he started talking with Kiowa. Okay. My bad. I just wanted to make sure. Sorry, y'all. Sorry. So I'm going to play that part again, and then I'm going to pause it so we can discuss what was going on. Because even the first little tidbit and how he was trying to make it seem like she was... I don't know, babe. How would you put it? Like, he was trying to make her seem like
she was morally wrong for not just doing something about it in the moment.
Exactly. Like, I feel like he was trying to make her seem like she was wrong for not disciplining his son. And it's like, I get what Kimmy trying to say. It's like, if I ask him to go rake the leaves and he doesn't rake the leaves, you better be the authority. I shouldn't have to raise my voice and yell or realistically, what is Kimmy supposed to do?
Like, her role isn't supposed to be the authoritarian, you gotta give the reign over to him for him to be able to take the reign on it. Like, I wouldn't expect you to know what to do in that moment. We would talk through it and I would intervene before you even have to really speak up on it.
The thing is, though, because I've had situations with my nephew to where he's over at our house and my nephew, I tell him to do something and he just completely disobeys me. I typically just call him. I would just call my man and be like, he's not listening to me. And right then and there, I feel like everything is pretty much set in stone. I don't know. Y'all let me know in the comments. I feel like I understand what Kimmy is trying to say. let me see. I think both of them are scared of Kiowa. I don't even think necessarily Maurice is scared of Kiowa. I think he has more respect for Kiowa than Kimmy, just period as a whole. Somebody actually made a comment and was like, Maurice treats Kiowa like that because he knows how him and Kimmy got together was wrong. And I feel like I agree with that. That's why he gives Kiowa so much authority over Kimmy, in my opinion. And y'all let me know if I'm wrong. But it seemed like Kaya would get first say in what goes on in their household over his own wife. Maurice only married Kimmy so she could parent his child. They were together for over 7 years. Exactly. And she didn't even get a honeymoon. She didn't even get a honeymoon. Y'all make sure y'all liking the video though. Definitely like the video. Hi, Queen Supreme. Hey everybody new to the channel. Hey Shorty C, you're new to the channel. What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? I need to get some cute little sounds and stuff, y'all. Just give me some time. I'm gonna get some cute sounds. Like when we get cash apps, I'm gonna get cute sounds. If y'all got any suggestions, leave them. Like comment some suggestions, like what music I should have for my cute sounds when I get cash apps and stuff like that. Or when I get I guess like whatever, I think YouTube be doing money stuff or something like that. Or I want to have cute sounds when we get new subscribers, like we have a new subby, woo woo, or I ain't never, you know what I'm saying, or member sounds, because I think I'm gonna start doing like a members only, but it really just depends. So yes, I do agree. Maurice is weak, just like his brother views his wife as weak. I agree. They have to have a united front. They sure do. They fake it till they make it. They act like they so happy. That shit is miserable. Okay. The call to his ex-wife was totally disrespectful. He totally disregards Kimmy's feelings. I agree. It was so disrespectful and unnecessary. She told you it was no need for you to call her. But again, I think that's something that he do to pit the women in his life against him. In my opinion, like I said, it was no reason for him to call Kiowa. The only reason he would call Kiowa is if he felt like Kiowa would disagree. But you see how fast he got off the phone once he saw that Kiowa was on the same page as Kimmy. It's like, why couldn't he prolong the conversation now that he saw that his wife and his ex-wife had, they were on the same page as far as parenting Monster? I feel like that would have been a good way to go. Like that would have been a good conversation to have and go more in depth into that. But again, he is not a positive person. He is a toxic man. And like I said, he is worse than Marceau and Marital in my opinion, because he disguises it better. So realistically, Kimmy should let him go back to his mother if Maurice doesn't want to handle business and raise his son. I totally agree, but imagine what that'll do to the marriage that she's desperately hanging on to. Mind you, girl, she waited for him for 7 years and he didn't give her a honeymoon. Let's be real. Like, let's be real. She not leaving him, okay? She's not leaving him. That's why she up in there cooking and making sure she still got the house in order, even though she going through everything that she going through. And I do wish for her health and pray for her health. But at the end of the day, like going through that type of battle, I feel like she needs to be resting. Like I come on my period and I don't cook, I don't clean, I don't do nothing. Like you take care of everything.
Yeah.
Tell him I don't do nothing. I don't do anything. He does everything. I just lay in the bed all day. All day. Let me see. Exactly. He doesn't respect Kimmy at all. Kimmy is right. That is his son, and he is the man of the house. Exactly. I feel like if you want to be respected as the man of the house, you need to start having man of the house qualities. That's just my opinion. So no doubt Kimmy was definitely the side chick. Maurice treats Kimmy like a side chick in his marriage. Yep, he does. He absolutely does. So yes, everybody, y'all go ahead and like, comment, subscribe. If you're not already. Okay, so hold on, let me go ahead and so like I said, I was gonna play it back.
You just tell him to do the room and then he just doesn't do it. Precisely. If you tell him to do something and then he just openly defies you and you just like take it, like, that's what you think I did? I'm just saying. It's like you're giving me a hard time about enforcing the rules with Monster. But you're having trouble enforcing the rules yourself. I know we have the same.
And I noticed she said, but he's having trouble enforcing the rules himself. And I wonder what that is. That just lets me know that Monster is just giving them hell. Like he's that. I don't know. Y'all tell me what that means to y'all. In my opinion, that means Monster is giving them hell.
Yeah, definitely.
That's just how I take it. He definitely is giving them hell. I believe Maurice wants to keep confusion between Kiowa and Kimmy. I feel his whole purpose of calling Kiowa was to have Kimmy in. I agree. That's exactly what it felt like, because why wouldn't he stay on the phone when they came to an agreement and try to have more of a resolve? I don't know. That's just my opinion. Maurice walks on eggshells around Kiowa because he don't want her to put him on blast about his relationship with Kimmy. But I feel like Kiowa already put them on blast. You know what I'm saying? And realistically, I don't even think Kiowa cared that much, because I mean, Kimmy life, in my opinion, suck. I don't know. That's just me. I'm not saying I think her life sucked because of her, health issues. I would never say nothing, so stupid like that. I'm talking about her life sucked based on how she got Maurice, her marriage. That's just what I think. That's my opinion. He loves putting them together, pitting them together. They all love some form of triangulation whenever they can create it. I agree. I totally agree. It's like it boosts their egos. It makes them feel bigger than what they actually are. But again, Kiowa, paying them dust. Like, yeah, girl, I agree with what Kimmy talking about. He called her to embarrass his wife. He always wanting to embarrass her. I agree. He's a Mitch, want to be messy and cause an issue between them. Yeah, I agree. Maurice is lazy. Okay, so babe, now it's time for you. Come on in. Come on in. Get up in here. I would like to know your thoughts on that clip. Okay. The people need to know your thoughts as a man. What's your thoughts?
My thoughts on that situation is that I think that Kimmy shouldn't have had to even step outside of her comfort zone to try to discipline another woman's child. Honestly, like I think that he should have innately been able to step in and at least at the bare minimum make it be known that this is my responsibility to set the tone as far as like what discipline is in our household, especially when I didn't create this child with this woman necessarily. So like him trying to create conflict amongst the women that he's responsible for in his life is really just a testament to like where his character stands.
I agree. And he also said something in his confessional, in my opinion, which alluded to, I don't know what Maurice is trying to do. It's almost like he's trying to I'm trying to find words for it, y'all. Right. It's almost as if he's trying to I have no idea. Hold on, let me get in the comments and let me see what y'all have to say, because I believe Maurice wants to, yeah, I read that. Hi. Hey, Robin, how are you? Thanks for joining us. About time we call out these two hiding under the radar. Right. We definitely need to call them out. Why is Maurice always leaving the house to go nowhere? Oh, wait. Why is Maurice always leaving the house to go where? Maurice is a Mitch using his son behavior as a storyline to prevent telling their own marital situations and business problems. I mean, I agree, but realistically, this is technically one of their many issues that they're never going to be able to cover up from or hide from, just based on the fact that communication has always been their issue, in my opinion. He's never respected her. He's never made decisions with her or spoke to her before making like big executive decisions. So that's just my opinion. Let me see. Jimmy deserves better. Oh, Kimmy deserves better. She did when she first came on the show. Kimmy was the coleslaw before she became his whole meal ticket. Right. Kimmy deserves better. What? You read it? Oh. You're supposed to be moderating. Y'all, he is on Twitter. Y'all, he done jumped on Twitter. Hi, good evening. Right. He see what's going on. Right. That's what I'm saying. I just don't think. I think Maurice is a goofy. Like, I think he is like. I don't know why this lady is allowing. I don't know why she's allowing this. She too old for this behavior. It's embarrassing. It's really embarrassing. Seriously. Okay, hold on. Let me finish playing.
You're having problems with Monster.
Right, we both are.
But I guess mine is more like I'm trying at least to enforce it.
What the? Okay, hold on. Hold on. Okay, let me hold on. Hold on,
I
y'all.
know we have the same struggle. All right. I'm having problems with Monster. You're having problems with Monster.
Right, we both are.
But I guess mine is more like I'm trying at least to enforce it. Baby steps.
What was that?
Him making excuses for why he's inadequate.
Like he's blaming her, but not even being able to man up himself. Like he's literally blaming her for not doing what he's supposed to be doing. That is what I was wanting to say earlier when I was stumbling on my words. Like, it's almost like he blames her for not doing what he is supposed to do. And I think that is what really pissed me off. All you got to do is step up and just take care of your responsibilities as a man. Like, I don't understand why you trying to blame her for not disciplining your son when you not even disciplining your son. You don't even know what you're doing. He don't even know what he doing. That's my problem. How is she supposed to discipline your son if you don't know what you're doing?
Like, you ain't set no framework on how you want your household to be disciplined.
Right.
It should be like a chain of command.
Hold on. I don't know if they can hear because it's all the way over here. Here you go. You can reset it.
Oh, yeah. I was just saying, like, he hasn't set up a framework for how he expects his household to be set up. So when she comes to him looking for guidance on, like, what she needs to do in that space, it shouldn't be the blame game. It should be more like, okay, baby, next time you encounter this, don't even get out of your character. Just reach out to me. You know, it shouldn't be. Mm-hmm. This shouldn't even be a conversation. This is something they should have already discussed preemptively.
Right.
Especially since this is somebody else's child, ultimately.
Exactly. And really, that's what she needs. Like, that is what you call protection and safety. But also, y'all, this is what I mean by resentment. Imagine how many men throw their kids off on other women, and those women start to resent the man and their children and the baby mamas and stuff. I'm just saying, I feel like that happens because men don't step in and just do their jobs. So let me see what some of y'all saying in the comments, and then we're going to play it again. Yeah, right. Let me see. This is their third time using their son instead of telling their own story. This can't be good for the son at all. Well, his son at all, being that he's still in school and his issues are being aired out on the show. I agree, but I do agree with you. I do. And I do, but I also think this is a realistic conversation to have when we're talking about love and marriage. That's just my opinion. Because she is a bonus mom, this is something that comes up in marriages. And so I think that this isn't just them using their son as a storyline. I think it's kind of like valid. I think it's kind of a part of their story. Realistically, whether they try to use the son to cover up for them or not, we still get to see how bad their communication is. We still get to see how horrible he treats her. That is not anything that they can run away from. You can't hide behind that. That is what it is. That's all I'm gonna say. Like, you can't hide behind how disturbing he is and how he treats her. So that's just my opinion. Hi, Miss Simone. How are you? Yes, you guys, like, comment, and subscribe. Let's see. Oh my, the title. Oh yes, the title. And then also I want y'all to know, as far as the title, this isn't nothing on the boy. This is all about Maurice. I think Maurice is the monster. He's the one that needs to be disciplined, in my opinion, because he act like a little ass boy. I feel like Maurice is losing interest in the show. He was never into the show. Like, he was always like a boring non-factor. He always got by riding other people's coattails. That's just my opinion. I feel for Kimmy, but she's a smart woman. I think she knows what the deal is. I don't think she's smart at all. But that's just my opinion, right? I don't really feel sorry for her either, because she's a mean-spirited person. But I can understand your point. You know, women that are really girls, they just have empathy as a whole, period. And I totally understand that. But in my opinion, Kimmy is not smart, because at her big grown age, if you're saying she's smart because she know what the deal is, because she's in a relationship with Maurice, just because maybe, let's say, she don't want to be alone, the reason why that's not smart, because it seems like it's more stress than anything. That's just my opinion. And so, like, if you saying like, oh, you know, she know what the deal is, like, she know what she signed up for in her marriage, I just think this isn't something that's beneficial for her. So it doesn't, in my opinion, make her smart. Being a bonus mom myself, boundaries were set by both parents. When I entered the family, we were all on the same page, right? We couldn't be played against each other. Exactly. That's the thing right there. It's about what I'm okay with. If your dad isn't okay with, me and your dad need to be on the same page. And if there's something that I kind of let slide, that's a conversation that I'm going to have with your dad prior to. If there's something that I ask you to do that you don't do, that's something that I'm going to have a conversation with your dad prior to. And it's on him to what is it, baby? I need the word. I'm having a brain fart. Enforce those boundaries or enforce those rules. Because me personally, just as a bonus parent, I'm not raising my voice in nobody's kid. Like, I'm not, that's too much. Like, when you yell, you get wrinkles. That's just me. I'm not doing that. Indeed. Okay. Yeah. Like, comment, subscribe. Maurice isn't confident in his authority or his role as a man. I can agree with that. Maybe it's because Kimmy is the moneymaker in the relationship and she put his name on the deed of her house. I can see that to be true as well. Because I just don't see a man really I don't know. I just know you're not moving in my stuff. Let's see. I agree. All I'm saying is I don't know what their real story is. All the storyline has been for 6 seasons is what besides the sun. I agree. I guess what you're saying is, let's talk about why you don't want to talk about what he does after 3 a.m. Or if y'all don't want to talk about that, let's talk about the start of y'all marriage. Let's talk about why you never got the honeymoon. Let's talk about if you ever got the honeymoon and how you feel about the honeymoon. And as a matter of fact, did she get the honeymoon? Because I can remember one season she was mad about something. And then he was like, okay, what? I'll give you anything. You can go on the honeymoon. Like just throwing it at her like, good grief. Like, here, you can have it. You get what I'm saying? Like, ew, why would she want to go on the honeymoon after that anyways? So I don't know, y'all. I'm meaning that she knows what it really is going on, but hasn't decided what move to make. Oh, okay. I feel what you're saying, but I just don't think so. I just think Kimmy really wants to be married, and she's going to stay in that marriage no matter how unhappy he makes her. I really do feel like that. I think she thinks she's too old to find somebody else, because some women think that small. And if she would get herself intertwined with a man like Maurice, I don't know, her value for herself can't be that high. That's just how I look at it. Even though I definitely believe, like, realistically, you would have better luck remarrying as you're older, because you know exactly what you want. You know exactly the pros and cons. But again, that's just my opinion. That's why I'm so disappointed in the way she's behaving. It's like, girl, grow up. Kimmy put Maurice on her house deed. That's crazy. Yes, she did. And that is crazy. Allegedly, she did. And that's crazy. Kimmy just don't want to grow old and alone. Right. That's what I agree. That's what I agree. But that's what I think. And I agree with you. I'm talking too fast and thinking too fast. Hi, how are you? Thanks for joining us tonight on this late live. We're just gonna be chatting a little bit. Hey y'all, Meek Mills. I like that name. Trying to reason with Maurice doesn't work. Exactly. It doesn't work because he's the type of person that's going to intentionally misinterpret what you're saying to fit his narrative. He doesn't care about a solution. He doesn't care about coming to a common ground. I can't sit till reality TV start actually being reality. This season is definitely here, babe. This season is definitely giving manuscripts, right? Why they didn't have a honeymoon? I don't know why they didn't have a honeymoon. I really don't know. And that is crazy to me. Like, you mean to tell me y'all couldn't go to the Bahamas real quick, or what's a cheap one, babe?
Tulum.
Tulum? That's not cheap. Oh, okay. Tulum. That's not the cheapest. I'm talking about like one in Mexico, like a cheap one. That's like regular.
You said Cancun already, right?
Like real cheap. Like Brazil. Brazil cheap, huh? I ain't never been to Brazil. So I wouldn't know, y'all. I wouldn't know because I've never been to Brazil. But like a real
Costa Rica probably cheap.
Costa Rica, yeah. So yeah, I don't know why they didn't have a honeymoon. Hell, they could have even went to dang on Florida, California, the Vineyard. They could have went anywhere. I wouldn't have never put him on my deed. Right. I don't know what she had going on. I would have kept the deed to my house. We would have purchased a home together. Boop. And that's how we rocking. Hi, how are you? Babe, how many likes do we have? 103. Hey, Rhonda, how are you? Maurice made Kimmy wait 7 years before he married her. Right. That's a shame to me. I just feel like she's too old for that. I think that's a rookie mistake. I think that's a mistake a girl my age would make. You know what I'm saying? That's just my opinion. She too old for that, to be wasting her time. Maurice, Marceau, Marital are all the same person. They are the same person, just different skin tones and different styles. Vegas, right? They couldn't go to Vegas. Dominican Republic, right? Come on, now give me some. They could have went somewhere. Shit. She didn't get the honeymoon to Miami. They didn't even go to Miami. But it was months after the wedding. She did get the honeymoon to Miami, but it was months to Miami. We go to Miami. Okay. These reality stars, not to Miami. Wait. Okay, my bad. Let me get back to this. But it was months after the wedding. In my opinion, allegedly, they had a threesome with Destiny on that trip too. Yeah. Check the cringe conversation he had with Marceau about Kimmy. Yeah, I think I remember what you're talking about, actually. Okay, so let me play. Okay, I got through all the comments. Now let me go back.
Mine is more like I'm trying.
So again, just so y'all can recall, I am gonna play it back a little bit, but he is basically ridiculing her for not disciplining his son when he too is having problems with being the disciplinarian for his son. So I think he's a coward for that, and I think that's contradictory, or he's a baby or that's contradictory to the stuff that they be talking about. Like, they like to talk about how they're these big macho men. They deserve all this respect. They deserve women to submit to them. And, they just deserve all this stuff, but you can't even discipline your son. Okay? That's a problem for me. And in my opinion, Kimmy needs to run for the hills. Because if I tell you your son is showing his ass and you don't step in and go bop him upside his head, I'm going to feel some type of way. Because realistically, that's what I would want my man to do. If I tell your son to clean up his room and he ignores me, don't clean up his room, got sweaty ball draws all over the place with food and all this stuff all over the place, I'm going to expect you to come home as a man, go in the room and talk to your son and tell him to clean up his stuff. Then bop him upside his head and let him know that if she has to tell you to do this more than once, one more time, you're going to see me outside. Period. And that's how you teach a young man how to be a man, in my opinion, because a man should know that if you want to be happy in this household, you need to start running stuff. If you don't want to be, in my opinion, if you want me to be a resting woman, that means I don't need to be yelling about nothing. So if I feel safe, like you got everything under control, then there's no reason for me to yell and raise my voice. You want to elaborate before I play?
No, she makes a very good point. Like, if you set the tone, like I said earlier, and allow her to rest in her feminine by not allowing her to step out of her role, which is not to be the disciplinarian, especially when it's your seed that you created with another woman, everything will run so much smoother. But you're not creating any sort of like methodology to how you want to handle these kind of situations, and you're not stepping in when it's your time to be called to handle these kind of situations. So like, just Kimmy to do better for herself, for sure.
Right. Okay. And then just one more thing, because I want to know, as a man, how do you think, like, as a man, how do you think he's treating his wife?
Me?
Wait, you think who's 16? Like, you think what he's saying is childish? Wait, I thought no. You think Monster is 16? Yes, Monster is about 16. I think he just turned 16. But what were you saying? I'm sorry.
I thought you were talking to me.
I was.
Yes, ma'am.
The question that I was asking you was how, based on your perspective as a man, what type of man do you think Maurice is to his wife? Because I think that he is a manipulator. That's my opinion. I think that he is a gaslighter. He gaslight his wife. And I think that he is just not that into her. Or even if he is, he's just lazy and Kimmy doesn't value herself enough to seek better. That's my opinion. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, my thoughts on it is that he's not really invested into Kimmy because he's not putting in the effort to be able to allow her to feel secure in their relationship. Like the fact that we're even in this having this conversation is a testament to the fact that he's really an absentee husband, in my opinion. Because it's like, why is she even being called on in this situation? You know, like this wouldn't be a conversation in a conventional household if we're being honest. Like she like. it should already be understood, you know.
Right.
She shouldn't have to. This shouldn't be a point of an argument. This should be a very simple discussion.
Right. Okay. All right, y'all. So I'm gonna play it back. I'm gonna let it play a little bit longer, and then I'm gonna pause it, and we're gonna talk again.
In the room and then he just doesn't do it.
Precisely.
If you tell him to do something and then he just openly defies you, and you just like take it. Like,
That's what you think I do?
I'm just saying.
It's like you're giving me a hard time about enforcing the rules with Monster. But you're having trouble enforcing the rules yourself.
I know we have the same struggle. All right. I'm having problems with Monster. You're having problems with Monster.
Right, we both are.
But I guess mine is more like I'm trying at least to enforce it. Baby steps.
Monster steps. I'm saying when he doesn't do it for me, then you should. Are we having the conversation again, Monster? Like, didn't she already tell you to rake the leaves? That's your job. That's literally what you're supposed to do. And for some reason, you don't want to.
It's not like I don't back you up.
No, that's exactly what I'm saying.
I'm saying you made the rule, and then you're saying, hey, Maurice, I want you to enforce it.
What's so hard about that?
As the bonus parent, there's a limit on what exactly I'm going to do. I think he knows that. When you're disciplining other people's children, it's always a fine line. I know you don't like that sentence, but the sentence for Kimmy remains. It's not necessarily because I'm the bonus parent.
So you don't feel like you're Monster's parent?
I absolutely feel like I'm Monster's parent.
Do you see how he tried to flip it on her and tell her so you don't feel like you Monster's parent?
Like he tried to turn the issue into you feeling like you're not claiming my child.
Exactly.
Or you don't feel responsible for my child instead of the point.
What the issue is, thank you, babe. Thank you. It's deflecting. The issue is you are not enforcing the rules that I am applying. So you told me that I can discipline Monster more or as I see fit. I discipline him more and as I see fit. You have to enforce it so he can respect me and so he can respect the rules and the boundaries that are now implemented within the household. How hard is that? How hard is that?
It sounds pretty simple to me. Yeah.
How hard is that?
It sounds like they don't really have any balance. Like
I feel like, how hard is that? I mean, he just pissed me off. That's what I'm saying. I feel like I would have hit Maurice a long time ago. I need help. I'm telling you. Maurice would have got popped in the eyeball. No cap. Let me see. For my bonus kids, I don't physically discipline them. I just found creative ways to do it. Like the long t-shirt when they would fight. We laugh about it now. Exactly. I totally agree with you. Me personally, I ain't touching nobody's kids, right? That's just me. Why? Because I ain't touching my kids. I'm not whooping my kids. I expect the next woman to understand I don't touch my kids, so you're not touching my children. And there are so many creative ways to go about disciplining children. But I don't think that Kimmy is trying to discipline Monster physically. I also do think, however, that is what Maurice wants her to do. I low-key think Maurice want her to hit him upside his head, kind of. That's what I'm taking from it. Because what else do you want her to do if she says, hey, clean your room, and he doesn't clean his room? What else do you expect her to do after that? Yell at him? Take his phone? If he ain't gonna clean his room, you think he gonna give me his phone? We talking about a 16-year-old boy. A 16-year-old boy. Like,
he's
seriously.
16 and he's acting like that.
Yeah, well, we don't know. Let's just have a disclaimer. Oh, wait, you know what? I don't have my banners up. I did not have my banners up this whole time. But everything that I have said in this video, in the beginning till now, is all alleged and in my opinion. This is for entertainment purposes only. Okay. Okay, y'all. So y'all go ahead and like the video if you haven't liked the video already. And I'm about to look at some more of y'all comments. I agree. He's an absentee husband. He is. He workless. Not worth a dang. Babe, you can show that one.
No, what I'm saying, like, are there been any comments you've seen that you want me to hide?
Oh no, you could.
You hide them.
I ain't hide none.
Okay.
You could go ahead and oh no, babe, what it is, see, look, if I put it on the screen and I press hide, that's just me taking it off my main screen. I'm not hiding any comments.
I was wondering what you were doing.
Oh yeah, I'm just reading them and then placing them down. He still know the StreamYard, y'all. His whole vibe is very disrespectful. He's a very rude man. And she allows him to get away with that bull crap. He's rude. Let me see. Resentment. I have gone through that. My mom raised me with my stepfather since age 1. She allowed him to whoop me and discipline me because she thought he viewed me as his other 3 children with my... Hold on. I'm going to continue you. Hold on. I don't know. I don't know if it was an M. I don't know what the M is. But I knew he didn't like me, so I was treated differently until I grew up and moved out. He remained in my life until 2019, playing the role like he wanted to make things right. But hold on, I'm finna finish you out, Queen Supreme. He shot me twice trying to kill me. Whoa, hold on. I'm sorry. I have to do that. Hold on. Because I don't want to get demonetized. Okay. He pow-powed me twice trying to toe tag me over getting into an argument with his wife he has now. Girl. And you know what? What's crazy is I want to share a little bit more of my story. Seriously. Like, seriously. I more so resented my mom. And I'm going to tell y'all, and listen, this is something that I'm going to tell to all the women that are in a situation like Mel, or that have been in a situation like Mel. I resented my mom for not telling me the truth about my daddy. My mama never spoke ill about my daddy. She never said anything negative about him. She never told me any of the negative things that he ever did to her, y'all. She never ever told me any of that stuff. It wasn't until I got older and I started to find things out through like family members and stuff to where I found out like some of the versions of who he was that I didn't know about. And then I would go and I would ask my mom if it happened, and she would tell me, yeah, and she would tell me the story. And y'all, it literally pissed me off. Not only was I disgusted and disturbed and mad at my dad. I was so upset with my mom and at the time I just realized it was misplaced anger. It was misplaced anger because I had to go through therapy and stuff like that, but it was misplaced anger because I told y'all I grew up with a narcissistic dad. So my narcissistic father used to tell me to say stuff to my mom when I would get around her, or he would tell me certain information about her and have me go relay it to her or other people. Me at the time not knowing that I'm being used by a narcissistic man, me thinking I'm just a daddy's girl being a kid, me just kind of, whatever. I'm just going based off of what my daddy's saying. I would go back and do these things or whatnot. So basically, what I learned was over time, that resentment that I had toward my mom, that was just me feeling embarrassed for how I treated her and feeling embarrassed for being used by my father. And so, although it wasn't my fault, it was still something that I felt that needed to be acknowledged. So, I don't know. That's just a little secret, a little piece of me that I'll open up to y'all about. So yeah, Queen Supreme, like that resentment thing, no joke. I have more stories because I can relate to that as well. My mom remarried and I cannot stand my stepdaddy. I don't like none of my step parents really, but I've tolerated them for so much longer. But I actually do want to, that's a different conversation for a different day. I would actually be excited to have that conversation. Me and my man are actually in a new place in our life. We cut all our family off and we kind of just living our life now. This is the first year in our life we've ever just kind of just
been able to just live our life with no weights, no drama, no baggage. Just
because we take care of so many people in our life, and that also comes with so much stuff. So like, it's just, I don't know. You just said something that was just so interesting. Yes, prayers for Kimmy. I do agree. Baby steps. The boy is a teenager. What the hell? Baby steps. The boy is a teenager. WTH. Let me see. Lemonhead doesn't want the responsibility. Right. Talking about, okay, so now I get what you're saying. My bad, Ms. Betty Boop. I was trying to put some context to your comment at first. But right. Maurice was saying that they need to take baby steps. And it's like, what the hell? Right. Because he's about to be an adult. Like, he's a grown man. What do you mean, baby steps? It's time to put your foot on the gas right now. Yeah, I agree. And not Lemonhead. Lemonhead. He is a Lemonhead girl. Lemonhead doesn't want responsibility of his kid. He just wants to say he's raising his son. Girl, he just don't want to pay child support. That's it. That's all. Kaya shouldn't have. Let me just mind my business, girl. Let me see. I'm not understanding, why do Kimmy have to take care of your child when she's supposed to be going through cancer treatments and everything. I'm not understanding what about the cancer. I'm not understanding. I'm not understanding what about the cancer something. Wait. Treatment and everything. Okay. I don't understand. What about the cancer? Okay. I don't know. But I get what you're trying to say, Essie. Ultimately, I get what you're trying to say, honestly. But yeah, I agree. Something about this is not making sense. So basically, what you saying to me is, you're either what Maurice and Kimmy are saying to the audience is, you're either basically having this woman do all of the regular wifely duties, quote unquote, because I don't know, But she cooks, she clean, she's sexing you 5 times a day because he's a freak star. Okay, he scares me. No, I would not want anybody like that for nobody. And then you want her to raise your kid. I don't understand. And you right, like why he should naturally just want to step in more. No, go ahead. I think you should elaborate because you don't walk in front of the camera. Oh, but I was going to say, I wanted my man to elaborate because I don't even have to tell him to step in during some things. Like sometimes when I'm on my period, because I'm sorry, and this might be too much information, so disclaimer. But I've said this in one of my videos. I let you guys know that, like, you know, my periods have started to get kind of heavy or, you know, just different. And you know, he's just stepped in and just naturally did everything that was needed to be done because I felt just so sick, like can't move, don't want to do anything. I feel like that's something that I don't know. Like, I feel like, go ahead.
It should be innate. It should be an instinct. Like I don't see her going through the pain that she goes through during her cycle and just feel like, oh, let me fall back, or she'll be able to thug it out. You know, she'll be able to fight through it. Like, she's a woman at the end of the day, like a beautiful flower at the end of the day. And it's like during the times when she's trying to recuperate herself, it's my responsibility to be able to step in and go above and beyond to make sure that our household is still in unison. So, I mean, and I think that should follow suit for every other man in their own household. Like,
I mean, just think about it. Realistically, if women set boundaries and require men at the bare minimum, because this is what I teach my sisters, this is what I teach, or this is what I'll teach my daughters. At the bare minimum, right? I forgot what I was going to say. I did. No, but seriously, here's what I was going to say. If you guys are one of those submissive-y women, and I don't think there's nothing wrong with that. I think it's just, you know, every type of woman is different. What I think is women naturally just kind of are submissive to men that protect them and make them feel safe. So it's no need to talk about who's submissive and who's not. A woman is just naturally going to gradually just feel safe with somebody. But I say that to say, if you are one of those women that believes in, like, you know, ultra catering to a man, then that man should at least bare minimum for you while he's taking care of the bills, you know, providing and protecting you. At bare minimum, he should take care of you on your cycle. And so if you have a cycle for a week and a half, 2 weeks, you know, 3 days, 4 days, at bare minimum, he should, you know, that's just my opinion. He should at least, you know, take care of you during your cycle. So that means going to the store, you know, buying pads, buying, you know, food, you know, rub my belly, you know, whatever. Obviously, and if he's a working man, when he's off of work. So moving on. It say he really didn't whoop his other children. He beat me for what they did, saying the oldest, and I was responsible for what they did. Right. I can see that, Queen Supreme. Like, I don't know you personally, but like I can believe that because it is a lot of that happens within our community. And so many people, you know, try not to talk about the stuff that happens to them when really, and then also, Queen Supreme, I want you to know that shows a level of healing that you are comfortable enough to be able to just speak about something like that, because so many people try to hold on to those things that have happened to them out of in fear of what others might say about them or how others may judge them, when in actuality, like, You know, people that can just release that information and help people, it just goes to show like where you are in your level of healing. That's just my opinion. I'm not understanding why Kimmy has. Oh, okay, I read that one already. Let me see. Maurice wants to work Kimmy into the ground. What does he bring to the girl? Exactly. I don't know. He sure do want to work her into the ground. Not being disrespectful, but the gentleman on with you have a radio voice. Girl, Miss Brenda, let me tell you, that's why I be telling him. People love his voice. They love his voice. And I be telling him, I'm like, come on my panel and talk to the people. So yes, that's not disrespectful at all. I don't think it's disrespectful. He does have a beautiful voice. Maurice is just like his brother, even though Kim, he is not as dumb as his wife, Tisha. Okay, right. So Maurice is just like his brother, even though Kimmy is not as dumb as Tisha. Right, I agree. If that's what you're saying. But if you're trying to say Maurice is not as dumb as Marcel, I think they're equally dumb. DV is a real disease that's being spread. Yes, I agree. I don't know what emoji that is. What emoji is that?
Oh, the prayer hands.
Oh, that's the prayer hands. It's not showing up.
Or the high five.
Okay, it's not showing up over here. Or it's not showing up clearly over here. Wow, you will cut the whole family off. Oh, yes. I would cut the whole family off. Y'all, one day we gonna do a story time. Okay? One day. Y'all will cut their ass off too. And I'm literally talking about everybody. Literally, me and him, we went into a hole. Like everybody on his side, everybody on my side. We said, we know what? The hell with y'all. Just the hell with it. Thank you, Queen Supreme. Okay, Miss Jazzy, I'm gonna look at it in a second. Hold on, give me a minute. Hey, happy mommy. I don't understand the argument about him taking over. He just cool with his son stressing his wife, who is battling cancer. Exactly. Thank you, Miss Court. Like, thank you. Like, what is this that we talking about? Like, what are you saying? What are you arguing with me right now? Like, what is the issue that you having with me? All I'm asking you to do is enforce that your son behave. Like, now you're trying to say that I don't think your son is a part of my son. And the fact that Kimmy is even acknowledging him is nauseating. Like, I would literally like, my man, no, I would have hit him with the, okay, so you want to be dumb as fuck tonight?
Yeah, for sure. I don't like Dr. Khan.
I would have been like, oh, okay. Oh, so you're not smart. I'm sorry. I thought I was with a man, a smart man at that. I thought you was a scientist. You a scientist? Okay. Let me see. Did he actually pass the bar? I don't know. Like, some of the stuff he be saying is just nonsense. He is so slow to me. Bless you. Yes, he does. Yay. Hey, Jasmine. You didn't miss much, really. We talking about Kimmy and that bastard. I cannot stand Maurice. I'm sorry. He wanted his son to live with him so he can disrespect his wife and make it make sense. Like, make it make sense. Like, right? Why is he here? I'd be like, why? Where's your mama at? realistically, if Maurice don't want to discipline the boy, I would have been calling Kiowa like, Kiowa, look, I think it's time for Monster to go back home. I didn't really discuss this with Maurice, but Maurice not really helping me discipline him, and I don't really know what to do. At this point, Kaya would just seem like an understanding person. I like her way better. So let's keep watching.
You and Kiowa, his biological parents, rules and regulations overshadow mine, which is actually a fact too.
I think that this started when your relationship wasn't good with Kiowa, and you kind of created a monster where you're now kind of more hands off with discipline. You disagree with that?
I do disagree.
Okay.
Because you're acting like my issue for having any kind of reprimand with him is Kiowa. And I've said that's not the fundamental issue.
So
my issue is with you.
And I'm sorry, y'all. One more thing. Kimmy really aggravates me with this whiny voice that she be doing. Like, that's his problem. He don't take her serious.
Any kind of reprimand with him is Kiowa. And I've said that's not the fundamental issue.
So
my issue is with you.
This is what I want to do. I want to call Kiowa.
I'm not sure why I call him.
Because, man, like this shouldn't even be an issue.
I hear you. It shouldn't be.
Mm-hmm. It shouldn't be
that I gotta ask you to back me up when he doesn't do what I've asked him to do.
Like, she's making valid points. It shouldn't be an issue. She's saying it. Like, all she's asking you to do is to back her up. She's not saying anything wrong.
She's not
right.
saying anything that's above you as a man, bro. Why are you dragging her and the other woman into this situation?
Right. You can go ahead and elaborate more if you would like.
No, I mean, it's just he just doing what he do. Like, I wouldn't even see a purpose in bringing the other woman into the situation. I only say other woman because I don't know her name per se.
Her name is Kiowa.
Kiowa.
And that is his ex-wife.
Okay, yes, I wouldn't call my ex-wife to coach up my actual wife on how to discipline our son. Like, look at you like you're inadequate. Like, why are you not even providing a framework on how we should operate?
Exactly.
She's not in the leadership position. Either one of these women should be in the leadership position. We're calling upon you to discipline your 16-year-old son and to provide insight on
that's what it is. He needs insight. That's exactly. Like, I don't understand why he's making it so effing hard. And that's why I don't like him. He's intentionally misinterpreting her points. Like, he would drive me crazy. Maurice needs to send his son back to his mom in Michigan if he can't handle him. He definitely need to send his son back. But them Michigan little boys, I could see why he probably out there in Alabama. They be showing out now. These kids are out of control. Honestly. Not only are they out of control, the men in the community, black men in the black community, I'm talking about black men in the black community, obviously black men in the black community. But black men need to step up and take care of their children. They need to be more active. They need to be more involved. And I'm not talking about toxic involved like Marital. I don't want people to look at what Marital does and think that is the type of involvement that people are talking about. We're talking about healthy communication, setting healthy boundaries, what is it? Being organized, teaching your children how to be leaders, teaching your children how to be independent thinkers, critical thinkers, how to be educated adults. Like, it's so many things, okay? How to be courteous of others. Just, it's so many things. You're right. He makes me sick. I can't stand him. Y'all make sure y'all are liking this video. Make sure y'all subscribe if you're not subscribed already. And we've been on here for an hour and 19 minutes, so we're gonna go ahead and finish up this video because I definitely don't want to be on here too much longer, y'all. I'm gonna give us about what, like 10-15 more minutes. So he's jealous of Kimmy. His loyalty lacks for her. I agree. That's jealousy all day long. He's there so his father doesn't have to pay child support. That's how he act. That's why my daddy had me. This truth be told. It's deeper than parenting. I agree. He shouldn't have never put Kiowa in it. Kiowa had nothing to do with it, but he's manipulative like that. Like I think he's the type of person that's always going to be pitting the women against each other because that just feeds his ego. He got little man energy. See, we didn't know MLK was just like Marceau until the seasons later. Oh, MLK is Maurice. Until seasons later, but his ex-wife did, and they tried to project on Kiowa, or however you spell her name, the bitter ex-wife, as to why she was mad. Oh, I don't think Kiowa was bitter. I really don't think Kiowa was the bitter ex-wife. I think she knew what the story was, and she just really wasn't rocking with them for real. That's my opinion. Like, I'm telling y'all, if you know the truth about them, the way Kimmy acts would aggravate you as well. Kimmy tries to act like she's this sweet, innocent person when she's really rolling in the mud, down and dirty with her nasty ass husband, in my opinion, allegedly. Like, that's just kind of how I look at it. Like, Kimmy is just not as perfect or sweet and innocent as she comes across. But let me see what else you said that I want to address. See, we didn't know MLK was just like Marceau until seasons later, right? He was, but his ex-wife did. And just like how they trying to project onto Mel, that's the same thing that they did to Kiowa. Kimmy raised her son. He needed, Kimmy raised her son. He needed to raise his, and what about the cancer? Right. Kimmy raised her son. He need to raise his. Right. And what about her cancer? Right. She going through so much. Like, let's be for real. And these men are jealous of their wives, all of them. I agree. A lot of men in general are jealous of women. So be careful, y'all. But Maurice pulled a whole Marital move with that custody, and he don't know how to parent, which is why Kimmy is being the main parent. Right. He don't know how to parent. He did that so he won't have to pay child support. Kiowa. But let me tell you something. The difference between Maurice and Marital, Maurice is that would actually pay for Kiowa to live out there where she's living at. So that's just the difference, in my opinion. Didn't Jalen say he had never seen his mom cry until she married Maurice? Exactly. Kimmy is an old school coleslaw. Yeah, she's an old side chick. I didn't see your notification. Shake my head. I checked my settings. Yeah, I don't know what happened when I first got on here. Only like 20 something people were on here, which wasn't normal. And I figured it was something going on with the notifications, because my last video, my love and Real Housewives of Atlanta, like, even though my other content don't do as many numbers as my Love and Marriage Huntsville content, it still does fairly decent, and I can see that with the analytics. But for whatever reason, it didn't do the same today or with the live. But, you know, that's okay. No big deal. It truly isn't that big of a deal. But, you know, I hope they figure something out with the notification. Like, YouTube, don't be hating on me. Okay, y'all, let's finish this up.
I'm not sure why you're calling me.
Because, man, like, this shouldn't even be an issue.
I hear you. It shouldn't be. Mm-hmm. The issue shouldn't be that I gotta ask you to back me up when
right.
He doesn't do what I've asked him to do.
Hey, Kiowa, how you doing?
She's telling him loud and clear what the problem is.
And we were talking about
this. They're coming up with the solution to the problem. It's not there in his head. Like,
So that, you know, I'd rather Kimmy say it.
I don't know what you want me to say because you wanted to make the phone call.
I know, but you feel a way about disciplining Monster because of you think the way that Kyle would feel.
No,
so I want you to explain.
I don't, and I really need you to stop.
She made it very clear.
I really don't appreciate you saying it that way.
Okay, well, that's why I said I wanted you to say it.
Anyway,
Kyle will not
hey,
gonna
Howard,
do
how
it.
you doing?
I'm good.
How are you? I don't even know
Kimmy
why
not
he
gonna
brought you
do it,
into this
though.
conversation. I'm really sorry. However, the conversation we were having,
Ain't it? He is there, baby.
Like if I was Kyle, like, y'all can't handle this shit in your own household. I thought the boy moved down there to, you know, have a smoother, less dangerous, more structured lifestyle. You know.
I don't think he understands how this makes him look as a man.
Weak.
It makes him look like he doesn't have his household in order.
Control, you know, he don't got a grip on his own home.
Right. Or like, it's like, are you scared of your son? Why is Kimmy saying like you having issues with disciplining him as well? Yeah, they are. Okay.
Anyway, hey, Howard.
Kyle would feel. So I want you to explain.
I don't, and I really need you to stop saying that sentence. I really don't appreciate you saying it that way.
Okay, well, that's why I said I wanted you to say it.
Anyway, hey, Howard, how you doing? I'm good. How are you? I don't even know why he brought you into this conversation. I'm really sorry. However, the conversation we were having was in regards to when Monster doesn't do things that we've asked him to do. And so I was asking Maurice to support me more. So he asked me why didn't I become more heavy? And I said, well, he can help me. Like Maurice, the daddy, can help me do that. And people don't like.
Do y'all know how embarrassed? That's what I'm saying. A man will embarrass you every chance he get. Do y'all know how embarrassing it is for this woman who allegedly, because I still think that Kimmy was the side chick. I don't care what nobody say. Do y'all know how embarrassing it is for the side chick to be calling the main wife? I'm sorry, the ex-wife. And basically telling the ex-wife that I don't know why my husband called you. I just want him to be more involved in your son. Is that not embarrassing? Like, that is embarrassing.
I'm really sorry. However, the conversation we were having.
What are your okay? So I want you to tell me. I want you to tell me from your perspective, like, what do you think about that?
I just think that like you're not showing this little boy how to handle a household. Like, not only are you failing your current wife, your ex-wife, but you failing the boy because it's like you're the example that he has on how to manage a household. So the example that you're setting is to pit the two women, the two creators of life, the two divine energies in your life against one another versus you getting a grip of exactly what the problem is. You've made the problem everything else but your inadequacies. So that's what I draw from the situation as far as like how he's choosing to handle it.
Mm-hmm.
It's like he's almost like, it's like he's projecting his insecurities through his how he chooses to handle the situation.
Uh-huh.
He's insecure in his ability to manage his household.
Mm-hmm.
He's insecure in the fact that he's not able to give his wife guidance in times like this. It just shows he probably didn't have that kind of guidance in his household.
But that's what I'm starting to think, because
he doesn't know. It's like he's a deer in headlights when it comes to these kind of situations.
Right. Right. And so another question that I want to ask you, because I feel like men don't respect you when you don't show them, or when you don't value yourself, right? Because that's just something that you get, you know what it is. Like my daddy, you know the conversations me and my father have had. So you know why I act the way that I act, why certain things are the way that they are for us in our relationship. I just feel like when you look at their relationship, what do you like, just your perspective, like as a man? Like, I just want to know, because to me, they aggravate me.
To me, it's kind of just disappointing to see like another example of like another man off-putting every single thing that's wrong in their household on their wife. Like, it's not encouraging. Like, if I were to recognize that on the street, I wouldn't have any respect for what's his name, Marceau?
No, Maurice.
Maurice, excuse me. Yeah, I wouldn't have any respect for him, because it's like you are now shifting yourself from the solution maker to the problem producer, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Like, as a man, you wake up in the morning and your number one goal is to be the solution to every problem that you face. So, like, in this situation, the only solution that could have been offered would have been to not bring what was her name?
Kiowa.
I'm getting the names, guys. Please bear with me. I'm trying to get the names.
It's okay. You don't have to remember the name.
Well, yeah. One, you failed bringing Kiowa into the situation. Two, you failed when you didn't give your wife any guidance on how she was supposed to handle that. And three, you failed because there wasn't anything. It doesn't seem like there was anything set up in the first place. They didn't have any plans set up. He didn't have any I could say end goal for bringing the boy down from Michigan to Alabama. You know, it seems like the boy's just kind of there managing himself, you know, like
right.
If the mom if the mom doesn't know what to do, or doesn't have any sort of guidance on how she's supposed to handle situations like these, especially if it, from what I hear, it seems to reoccur. This isn't the first time that she's told the boy to do something like you say, cut the grass, mow the lawn, or rake the leaves, and he didn't
clean his room.
So the boy lacks personal responsibility. The husband lacks personal responsibility as well as accountability, because it's not translating. You notice when we take care of our younger ones and they're here, the level of personal responsibility I take upon myself translates, it trickles down.
Right.
But it doesn't that doesn't seem to be the case in their household at all.
Right. Right. You're right. Like, I low-key want to give you I want to give y'all an example so bad. Remember when we were outside and what's her name was like, that's what you get.
Mm-hmm.
And it was because she heard the conversation that I had with you.
Mm-hmm.
And so, like, oh man. But anyways, okay, so let me go ahead. Let's finish this.
I said, well, he can help me. Like Maurice, the daddy, can help me.
The daddy can help me.
People don't like when you discipline their kids.
That's what I'm talking about. So, do you believe that Kimmy's gotten to a point to where you trust her to discipline Monster?
Like, he really asking another woman.
Absolutely, but I also understand what she's saying. And I do appreciate the fact that she's concerned about how I may feel about how she may discipline Maurice. That's important.
You wouldn't be okay with Kimmy treating Monster like Jalen?
No, I wouldn't be okay with her disciplining him in a way that I would.
And that's exactly what I said to
guys, we're just going to agree to disagree on this. Thank you for your input. It looks like you're a neutral in this one.
No, she's not. She's not neutral at all. She made herself very.
But even if so, that's what I'm saying though. That's what I have a problem with. Even if she was neutral, what's wrong with that?
Why does it have to be a opposing sides? We're all here supposedly for the same purpose.
I feel like once he saw that she was neutral, why not have more of a conversation? You know what I'm saying? Okay, well, Kiowa, so what boundaries do you think are kind of different from the way that she raised Jalen than the way that you would like to do with Monster? You get what I'm saying? So just to make that make sense, because I probably tied that up. So basically, to elaborate more on that conversation, he could have been like, okay, Kiowa, so what are some things that you don't like about Kimmy's discipline? And what are some things that you do like about Kimmy's discipline? What are some things that you green light? What are some things that you are not okay with? And just to kind of help further the conversation and help further the relationship. That is what real leaders do. That is my opinion. Babe, would you like to elaborate?
Yeah, I mean,
Not boyfriend.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, just to put it in context, like, I mean, me and you have had plenty of situations with our family members where we've seen the ones who haven't had any role model or haven't had any sort of example of what leadership is and how they choose to facilitate conflicts that come up over the course of just living life. And there's been situations that me and you have been injected in where we've had to put our leadership skills to the test. And the times that it's been favorable, we've chosen to facilitate what is the problem is. We've chosen to facilitate the conversation in a healthy fashion to where everybody's heard, but also we're not violating anybody's boundaries. So for Maurice to have called upon her to bring to call the mother of Monster in that situation, to bring them on the phone and not have any sort of solution in mind as to how we can keep everybody can be on the same beat. It just kind of shows that he's just all about deflecting and manipulating versus actually facilitating, leading, and giving some actual insight on how we can avoid these situations as far as Monster getting out of hand and not respecting the household that he's in or respecting the women in the household that he's in.
Right.
Like, it's very simple. And when you're dealing with dudes who don't really know what to do in those scenarios, or don't care to do what's right in those situations, you have situations like this. Like, he knows what he's doing. He knows that he doesn't have any vision in sight or any goal in sight. He's just, just trying to stir the pot, which isn't what a man should do.
Your man shouldn't do. You say he just trying to stir the pot?
Yeah, he's just trying to stir the pot. Honestly,
oh, yeah.
Like you trying to establish roles like who's the enemy, who's the villain, when the only person that's in the wrong is you. Typically, when people point the finger at whomever they think is wrong or trying to assign blame or assign who the villain is, you got four fingers facing back at you. So I mean, I think that he just needs to look himself in the mirror as a man and understand that he's inadequate in that facet, and it's not nothing to be embarrassed about. I mean, at this level on this stage, yeah, but if he's a real man, you would be able to humble yourself, swallow your pride, and be able to face yourself and make the adjustments within your household. It shouldn't, this shouldn't be something that would be documented and put on TV. They should be discussing other matters. They should be handling other things. Like why is it not being he's late to his job, or he's late to doing something productive? Granted, housework is and your chores is always very imperative as far as growing up as a young man, but it doesn't seem like he has the boy engaged in anything that would keep him responsible. Like he doesn't know how to organize his time.
Right. And see, that's what I'm saying. This whole time we were sitting here talking, I didn't even think about that. So what he's saying is, his son needs to be involved in activities that help him with these other facets of building his manhood. So I didn't even think about that. But again, that's what I'm saying. Like, men need to be raising men. So it says, child, the skies are a deer in headlights with everything. They don't know how to do anything but create mess. I agree. Really saying something tonight. Using manipulation like control, calculated control, only creates conflict and oh my gosh. It is so problematic. And if you just pay attention to the relationships that all of these men have with the women on this show, it's, oh my gosh, girl, you just said something. You really just said something. It's all the same. Hi, good evening. Putting Monster on a reality TV is backfiring. It is, but I mean, not necessarily for his son. I think regardless, their issues in their marriage are loud as day, and it has to be addressed no matter what. I think they tried to put the son on the show like for a storyline to kind of deflect, but at the end of the day you can't deflect from communication in a relationship, seeing as though you have to communicate no matter what throughout your entire relationship all the time. And if you're never working on it, it's going to show. People are going to see how much of a pissy communicator and leader you are. Okay, let's see. Facts. Remember when Kimmy was trying to figure out what activities they were going to put him in and they left it up to her to figure out? That's pathetic. It shouldn't be up to the stepmom to figure out. But again, that's what Kimmy get. That's what she wanted so much. Hyla Dunn, love the male perspective. Yes. That's why I wanted him to come up here because, first of all, he has a perspective that I feel like is unicorny in a sense. Like, I think that our community of men is just, I don't know, y'all know I talk about it very clear as day. And so his perspective I feel like he's a man, he's a real, like a man's man, in my opinion. Don't get it twisted. I feel like he has misogynistic viewpoints sometimes when we be up in here talking and having conversations. But ultimately, like who he is as a father, a husband, a son, a businessman, entrepreneur, uncle, it's just so many things that outweighs like not outweighs, but it's just so many things that I feel like although he's a man, he don't relate to these men on the show in the way that these men try to say all men are. Like they try to say like, oh, men are like this, men are like this. And they try to make it seem like most men are like this. And I do believe that to be true, right? I do believe most Black men are like Marital, and Maurice. I genuinely believe that. But I also feel like there is a version of men that don't necessarily get talked about, which is, in my opinion, very like, it just truly, really don't. I just don't really think it don't exist, child. So he really don't need to even be up here because his voice is beautiful as well. It's like I'm auctioning him off. I'm for real, but also look, y'all look, what another bitch can have, I don't want, baby. I don't want. He know what it is. I'll be up out of here in 2, 4. Oh, how they say 4 flats?
4 flats, you funny.
Well, ain't that how it go? 2 flats, 4
like
flat, 24 flat. I don't know how it go. But let me see. Yes, they need a podcast. We do need a podcast, huh? I've been telling him to make a podcast with me. I want him to make a podcast with me. I really do want him to.
Coming soon.
He's trying to play the 2 women off on one another. I agree, he is. Make sure y'all like the video. Thank you, Yvette. Okay, remember when Maurice and Kimmy were upset with Tiffany about the vaping in the bathroom? Rumor last season, Maurice was more upset with Tiffany than Monster. Exactly. He was just mad that people knew his son was smoking in the bathroom. Oh, I'm sorry, vaping in the bathroom? I mean, what would you do if your son was vaping in the bathroom?
I'd go outside his head. Why the fuck is he bringing that? I mean,
babe, but no cursing, and I don't be putting your hands on our kids.
I will have a very.
I'm just playing. I don't care how he disciplined the children.
I mean, you know what I would do.
I know what you would do.
I don't think YouTube needs to know what I would do. But if we keeping it clean, like, I would definitely have a very stern,
not stern,
and impactful.
Not impactful
conversation with him about why that's inappropriate and how you've embarrassed our entire family. But then again, our kid
not embarrass our entire family.
But then again, our kid wouldn't be in public school, so I guess that's a situation I probably wouldn't.
Right. See, my thing is, I don't whoop the churn, right? I don't believe in whooping the churn.
You don't.
But he
I don't whoop the little girls. Let's put it like that. I'm not gonna spank.
Yeah, he's not gonna whoop the baby girl, but that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't know. That's why I say men gotta raise men in the way that they know how to raise men. That's all I'll say. I don't know what to say about that. All I know is don't touch my daughter. I don't know what the hell you think this is, but because I feel like if a man whoops his daughter, that's like teaching her to be okay with a man putting his hands on you.
Because I don't think
that's not. In what world is it going to ever be normal for a man to hit you?
Yeah, like granted, if you wanted to spank my daughter, I wouldn't. Granted, I wouldn't. I know that she must have done something so unearthly to have taken it to that point, and it wouldn't be to the extent that I'm at, because you're not, like you said earlier, misogyny. I'm a man, you're a woman, so the level of force coming from me about impacting upon the woman is never going to be acceptable. It's never going to be, within reason. So I would never even subject her to that. There's so many different ways to discipline your children outside of corporal punishment, and I think that's something the community need to get out of, because a lot of kids end up growing up and fearing their parents instead of respecting them, cherishing them, and loving them.
Yeah.
So you're right. The way that situation would need to be handled is very critical, in like the psyche of the young man, because
that's true.
Like what you gonna raise him to fear you, to respect you, to
exactly. You can't just be putting your hands on him all the time. But so Corey said he humiliated Kimmy by making her bow down to his ex-wife. Exactly. It makes Kimmy look inadequate. Oh my gosh. Not inadequate. But hold on. I'm sorry, y'all. My glasses falling off my face. Hold on.
We homeschooling, y'all. We ain't going to private schools, man. Private schools, you're right, they are bad. I know a lot of private school kids.
That's what they asking.
They often
do we homeschool?
No, somebody said that private school is worse than public school, and I believe it.
All the kids. Yes, we got friends that was in private school, and our friends that was in private school versus the ones that was in public school. I'm gonna just tell you now, the girls are so mean. So mean. Okay, top tier. I don't know if y'all got friends that was in private school, but they are like top tier readers. Okay. Why at this age does not know how his 15-year-old son interests are? Right. Like why don't he know what his 15-year-old son's interests are? I agree. He needs to be more involved. He's lying, making it seem like he's this big involved parent, but I can tell that he's not. He probably only watched TV with the boy. Yes, I can't believe he didn't tell Kimmy about it. That's what pissed me off. How are you raising the boy and not know? Exactly. How did you not tell your wife that he was vaping in the bathroom? But now you want him to discipline. Now you want her to discipline this boy. That doesn't even make sense. You didn't want me to discipline him when he was vaping in the bathroom. Let me see. Stern and impactful with serious talking. That part. Private schools are worse. Yes. No, I agree though. I agree. I agree with that wholeheartedly. Okay, so the last comment we have before we close this live out, we notice how Carlos King is promoting misogynoir right in our faces with a I don't think it's necessarily that he is promoting. I don't necessarily think that. Okay. It's two sides to the coin when it comes to this topic. Wait, hold on. I'm late, but I think Maurice. wants Kimmy to raise his son because of the success that she had. Yeah, I see a lot of y'all. I see a lot of y'all that say that. A lot of y'all do say that. With the slides. Okay, so here's the thing. I don't necessarily think that he's promoting. I think our community is just toxic. I think our community is toxic, and we've normalized things that just are not okay. And that's my opinion. The reason why these things are not like okay, and it's not okay to normalize these men's actions, is because there are more men in our community that are not leaders and that do not do their jobs and that do not take care of their women and that do not take care of their children. We have more negatives than positives in our community. So unfortunately, like, I think that's just really like how they are. I don't even know how to explain it. It's like so unfortunate, but okay, babe, let's go ahead and close out this live. Do you have anything that you want to close out and say to the peeps? Like, I think, dang, 2 people unsubscribed to me. Bye, hoes. I'm just playing. Okay, no, but seriously, I'm just playing. But
as far as like this entire situation, I just think that it's kind of like
what do you want to say? I'm sorry. Here's what I want to ask you. What do you want to say to the men out there?
Step up. Take care of your kids, man. Stop letting these kids be raised by these women, especially these men. Like these young men are so misguided. Their values are so misplaced, and it just shows that they don't have any sort of core foundational strong like male influence in their life. Like I remember being a kid. I remember my dad taking charge of what the plans were with me, and it having some sort of residual purpose to it. And I would just like for all of the men out here to do the same thing, because it's like,
okay, wait. Okay, hold on, y'all. We finna have to get off this live. Hold on, because I'm sorry, babe. I'm really sorry. I don't mean to cut you off. I just happened to pick up my phone. Was y'all on When Tay Talk Live? It say Carson Blue want to clear When Tay Talk. Or have y'all heard about that? Okay, we finna go over there and talk about it, but come on, baby, close it out. Yeah. Come on, sweetie. Go ahead and close it out. Yeah, you can finish what you were saying, because I really want to go over to When Tay Talk. Look, y'all, I'm not that type of blogger, okay? I'm going to tell y'all right now. Before I made my YouTube channel, I watched all the bloggers. So if one of the bloggers talking about something that I really want to be into, I cut my live off. I will cut this thing off. Okay, I'm sorry. Okay, so but I do want to close this out. So go ahead, love.
Oh yeah, but I just wanted to say that like to the men like Maurice, they need to really just step up. It's not your wife's job to be the disciplinarian in the home. Like, take pride in your role in the home, and you'll see the results you seek out play out. You'll see the level of peace and solstice that you'll have in your family play out. But if you continue to be the center of controversy in your home or in the wives of the women that you've chosen, it's never going to get any easier for you or the people that have to come into contact with those that you produced or you've created. You know, like it's brothers like me out here who have to deal with sons like Monster, you know, in the real world, and see them and be like, damn, this is the representation of my community. Dysfunction, disunity, no foresight, no sort of not being goal oriented, not being organized in your habits and in your tasks among the day. So it's sad to see. It really is sad to see. So it's like another one bites the dust, honestly. Like because the man isn't infecting the boy with a productive mindset. The boy doesn't have role models in his immediate life to model the correct behaviors behind. So it's like a perpetual cycle that doesn't end. And the only people who end up being the victims in this situation are the women that are responsible for dealing with these type of men. And that's who ultimately ends up having to almost act as a punching bag in these kind of situations. And I hate to see it. Realistically, I hate to see it.
Yes, we do. So that is all tonight for you all, you guys. I just want to let you all know. Thanks, oh hey, happy mommy. That is my husband. I'm talking about my husband. Thank y'all so much for joining my live. I wanted him to come on here and give his perspective on things because I think that Love and Marriage Huntsville men give Black men a bad rep, period. I do think like there is a lot of disruption in our community, but I don't think like that is all of the men. And I just thought it was important for him to just come on and give his side of the story, because a lot of women get on here and they really cape for these men, and you shouldn't, because real men protect you. You're not gonna have to cape for nobody, right? You ain't gonna have to raise your hand to the churn or nothing like that, because he gonna handle it. That's what leaders do. That's what men do. So that's it for tonight, you all. I'm gonna head over to Wente Talk. Okay, so y'all meet me over there, and don't forget to like this video, subscribe, and I'll see you on my next one.